Alright, now we're going to go over the Alarm.com user access portal. While your security system can be used and managed from the app on your phone or tablet and the security panel itself, the website Alarm.com gives you the most control over your system, and I recommend to all customers to get to know this website as well as the app on their phone, if not better. If you do not have a computer or laptop, this webpage Alarm.com can be accessed on your phone through your Chrome or Safari browser. However, some options related to your video cameras may be disabled, and it will tell you to use the regular app, but it is still worth getting to know the web page. So open up your browser on your preferred device and go to alarm.com. You'll be presented with a screen very similar to what we're looking at here. Go up to the orange login button in the top corner and click on it. On this next page, you'll put in your login information and your password. For most customers, the login is your email address, including the @whatever.com. Your technician who helped you install your system should have given you your login name. And your password you would have created yourself through your setup email. Once you've typed in your information, hit login, and it will take us into the main home page of your security system. The first time you log in, you may get a pop-up here in the center asking you to walk around. You can pause this video now and let it do its thing, or hit the X in the top corner. So this page is what you're going to be greeted with every time you log in. Here on the side, we are currently on the home page. We will be going through all the pages throughout this video. On the home page, you will have your most recent clips here lined up along the bottom. You can click on one here and click play in the larger window and view it. You can jump to any of your indoor or outdoor cameras here to view them live. You cannot view your doorbell camera live. On the web page, you can view it live using the app on your phone, and on the security panel. I'll show you how to enable that through this web page later. So if we scroll down just a little bit, we're going to see a shield. That is your security system. Now this panel is green. It is currently disarmed. If you hit the shield, you can arm it stay, which is just doors and windows, or away, which is doors, windows, and motion. So if somebody is staying inside the house, you don't want the motion to be tripped off. If nobody's in the house, you would want to know if somebody's moving around. Now, on each of the following boxes, you may see in the top corner an arrow. That arrow will take you to further settings on the device that you're currently dealing with. So up here, notifications tabs would take us to any notifications related to the security system itself, so you can turn them on or off, edit those, but we will be looking at notifications later on its own page. Rules, another thing we will be looking at on another page, but these would be rules only specific to the security system. We're going to go back to home. Scrolling down, this window right here would display any images that have been uploaded by your security panel. Over here we have all the connected sensors. This demo board only has one motion sensor and one door sensor. Once again, hitting the arrow here takes us to more information. You can change the names, you can change notifications related to specific sensors. Going back home. Scrolling down, recent activity, the most recent 10 or 15 items to happen with your security system. Feature suggestions, things that you may want to set up or have not been yet set up. Clicking on the arrow takes you to a larger page where you can better see all of these. Garage door, if you have a garage door controller, you can open and close your garage door from anywhere you have internet access using the web page or the app on your phone. You do not need to be within range of your home. Down here is any door locks. If you have multiple locks, they would be sitting side by side here. With a couple clicks, you can lock or unlock your door. It does take about 10 seconds from the time you click this till the time your door will actually lock. Has to go from your computer to the internet, from the internet to your security panel, then panel to the door lock. Takes a couple seconds, but not unreasonably long. If you have a thermostat, it's going to be listed here. You can change the mode from heat, cool, auto heat, cool, off. You can turn on the fan for a couple hours or just on auto. You can turn on the schedule on or schedule off. Hit the bar above it, the arrow. If you have multiple thermostats in your house because you have multiple heating zones, they would all be listed here on this page. Notifications related to your thermostat only. Reports, rules. If you have a thermostat and a smoke detector or a carbon monoxide detector, it will have this one automation rule set up. If smoke or fire is detected, it's going to shut off your thermostat so it doesn't pump smoke or carbon monoxide throughout your house. Configure, all these other ones are not set up, but they could be turned on if you would like to. Schedule for your thermostat. This is your 7-day schedule of your home, away, and sleep temperatures. So you can just tweak your temperatures to what you like it when you're home or away. Adjust the sliders of the times that you come home and leave. However, many people, especially in Alberta, don't work on a 7-day schedule. 8 on, 6 off, and all different other kinds of combinations. A 7-day schedule might not be for you. We'll be showing you another way to set that up. You can set a heat schedule and a cooling schedule, so you don't have to reset this twice a year. Under Advanced Configuration tab at the top, there's a couple extra settings. Thermostat lock, you can actually disable the buttons on the thermostat itself, so only people with cell phone app access can change it. You can even disable the display. Back to the home screen. Water sensor is currently dry. Scrolling up here to the top, these scene buttons. A scene is a button that can perform multiple actions with a single click. We're going to hit the arrow here to go to their configuration page. And you can create new scenes and reorder them. You'll get the point once I go to edit this home button. So a home button, you hit home when you come home, edit. Generally, that will only be set up to disarm the security system. If you have a deadbolt or a door lock, you can also have it unlock your door. So you pull up in your driveway, you hit the home button, it unlocks your door, it disarms your security, you just walk in the front door. You could also have it open your garage door. You can also have it change your temperature to a certain temperature. If you have any of our light bulbs or wall plug lamp modules, you can turn on and off those devices as well. Click save when it's done configuring. Successfully save changes. The away button is going to arm your system away, which is doors, windows, and motion. If you have large dogs above 80 pounds and motion sensors, you might want to set that to stay. So for away, arm away, lock the door if it's not already locked, close the garage door if it's not already closed, set the temperature, turn on lights, etc. Click save. The away button, or sleep button, is going to arm stay mode, which is doors and windows, no motion, because someone's staying in the house sleeping. Lock the door if it's not already locked, close the garage door if it's not already closed, and you could change the thermostat as well. And the final button, wake up. Generally, people only have that disarmed, the security. You wake up in the morning, you want the security off, but leave the doors locked, leave everything else how it is. Set that up to your own taste. So these home scene buttons can change your thermostat as people click home and click away if the people in your home don't exactly work on a 7-day schedule. Those buttons really help out with that. Okay, so we're done with the home page here. Now, of course, there's in the top corner, help button for documentation support and the website tour if you want to relaunch that. We're going to go to the video page over here on the left hand side. Now, to view any of the cameras, you do have to enable flash. Sometimes it's as easy as just clicking those buttons and the page reloading. Other times you may need to re-enable flash for your browser. If you're using Chrome or Safari, you should Google that on how to disable or how to enable flash on Chrome or how to enable flash on Safari. If you have multiple cameras, indoor or outdoor cameras, you could view them all here on the one page at the same time, or just view a single camera. If you click on saved video clips, you can see your full history of up to 3,000 motion clips per month is the standard allotment customers get. On this page we currently only have 4. So you can select one or multiple clips, play, download to your computer so you can send it to the cops, insurance, Facebook, YouTube, whatever your thing. You can give it a name. You can lock clips so they don't delete when your 3,000 clips per month start to roll over. And you can delete the clips. Now, deleting clips does not free up more clips out of your 3,000 per month allotment. Deleting clips only just cleans it up for cleanliness sake. Recording rules. If you have a doorbell camera connected, there will be doorbell call recording turned on. That's when somebody goes up and pushes the button. It's going to record a clip whether you answer it on your phone or not. Doorbell motion recording is off by default, but you may want to turn that on to catch the package thieves. And alarm schedule. Anytime the alarm is activated, all cameras on your property will start recording, even if you hit your 3,000 motion clips already. If the alarm goes off, all the cameras will still record. If you have any outdoor cameras on your driveway or front yard, backyard, you may want to set up a video motion detection rule. I will be creating a separate video for that, but you would add rule, recommended video analytics rule is the normal motion detection rule. There are these other options down here. We're going to go to the settings tab of the videos page, and this will have settings for each of your cameras. We're currently on the backyard camera and outdoor camera. Something I like to do is go into video device image. Here you can adjust the brightness, contrast, saturation, sharpness, and exposure level as needed. If you find the night vision is coming on too early or too late, you can adjust the sensitivity of it turning on here. If your camera was mounted upside down, you can flip the image with that checkbox. And our newer cameras support HDR. It does not hurt leaving that on. Scroll down and click Save after you've made changes. Scrolling up, you'll see this sending and check mark settings have been saved. You can click back to settings. Saved video clips. By default, saved clips is on low. I like to set that to high. Scroll down to the bottom. motion detection clips. Default is 20 to 30 seconds. I like to turn that up to 40 to 60. This pre-trigger recording will try to capture 5 to 10 seconds of nothing before the thing actually happens. So it's going to be constantly recording a little bit just in case something is about to happen. However, when you go back to view your clips, there may be 10 seconds of nothing happening before something actually happens. Some customers find this annoying and turn this off. However, sometimes the video motion detection on the camera does not trigger right away because there wasn't enough motion to trigger it. So leaving this on can sometimes capture a little bit of motion that you otherwise would not have seen. So it is normally best to leave that on. Click save after you've made your changes. Scroll up, wait for that to stop spinning, and you'll get your success message like that. Click back to settings and scroll down. Stream video to security panel screen. If this has not already been turned on already, you'll want to come into here. This can only be turned on through the website. So if you and the technician have not been in here yet, this hasn't been turned on. So by default, these would not be checked. You can just enable all to allow all of your cameras to be viewed on your security panel and click save. Your cameras do need to be plugged in. The panel does need to have power and be connected to Wi-Fi, but within 30 seconds you'll have a new page on your panel with all of your cameras that you can view them. Clicking back to settings, we are now going to change over to the doorbell camera. And there's only really one settings page on here, video device info. We're going to click on there. Theoretically, you could change the name of your doorbell camera. Scroll down. If you change your doorbell chime from a mechanical one that just goes ding dong to a digital one that has like a fancy melody and a speaker, you'll want to change that to digital, but you'll also need a digital doorbell adapter. If needed, your technician would install one on the day of the install. If you have a digital chime, you can stop it from chiming inside by unchecking that. The doorbell camera itself will make a ding-dong sound itself if that's checked off outside. Send motion notifications to the panel. You don't want to have that turned on every time every leaf blows by your doorbell. Your security panel would notify you. But you might want to turn on send button push notifications. So if somebody comes up to your door and pushes the button, you could speak to them through the panel, pretend you're not home, or tell them to go away. Doorbell button brightness. By default, that's usually about 20-30%. 100% looks really good during the day, but you can see it from space at night. Halfway or below is normally recommended unless you really want a bright doorbell at night. You can change the color of your doorbell button when it's sitting idle. Anytime it detects motion, because motion detection is turned on, or if somebody pushes the button, it will turn white whenever it is recording. Sensitivity to motion is default on medium. If you find you're getting too many motion clips because your doorbell is really close to the sidewalk or street, you can try changing that down to low. Click save. If you still get too many recordings, you might have to turn off motion recording. Unless, of course, your recordings are still under 3,000 per month. It doesn't exactly hurt. You just have a lot of useless clips. Click save after you've made your changes. Wait for it to stop spinning and you get your success message. So, automation page over here. There's rules, schedules, and scenes. Rules: if one thing happens, do another. Schedules: at a certain time, do this. Scenes are those scene buttons that we already set up from the home page. So rules: disarm with front door lock. That would not be here by default. I'm going to delete that and we're going to recreate that. When panel goes into the alarm, capture an image from the panel camera that is normally turned off. Turn that on that will have it upload the images to your home page in this box here after it captures an image. Back to automation. Fire and carbon monoxide safety, shut off the thermostat. We saw that under rules in the thermostat section. It's duplicated on here. Some of these rules are duplicated on multiple pages, so you're not digging for an hour trying to find that one dang setting that you know you saw before somewhere. If you're close enough to what you're looking for, you're going to find it. So we're under automation rules. This will have all the rules. So those two are set up already. Configure, configure, configure. These ones aren't set up, but could be set up if you wanted to. Scroll down further. Alarm schedule, doorbell call recording, doorbell motion recording. Those are the 3 video rules that we saw under video recording rules. They too are duplicated under automation rules. Once again, to help you find them. So we are going to set up a rule between the door lock and the security panel. So when you type in your 4-digit code on the door lock, it automatically disarms your security panel, so you don't have to come in and type in that same code again on a different device. So we're going to click on Add New Rule here at the top, an event triggered rule. And you're going to give it a name. Now if you have multiple door locks, you're going to need to create a rule for each door lock. So disarm with front door lock. And we are going to be automating the security system, not automating the lock. That is a mistake many people make setting this up. Automate the security system when the front deadbolt lock is unlocked by a user code. Disarm the security panel and click Save. Now you may have seen in there is an option when somebody locks it to arm the system. That isn't always a great idea for some situations and families, because if somebody locks the door on the lock and the system arms stay mode, it's not paying attention to motion. So if there's nobody in the house, then somebody gets into the house without tripping a door sensor and they start moving around, the motion sensors aren't going to see them because it's arm stay mode. Or if you tell it to arm away anytime hits the lock on the door, well, if there's somebody left inside the house, as soon as they get up off the couch, they're going to trigger off the alarm. So unless you're single, or you got a specific situation, or you have 80-pound dogs and you don't have motion detectors, it's not always a great idea to use the locked option. But unlocked by user code will disarm the panel anytime somebody types in their code into a door. That works out great for most people. So here we have that new automation rule, and it is turned on. You can create all kinds of other rules. If you have any of our automated light bulbs, you can put those light bulbs on your front porch on the porch light and create an automation rule for it to automatically turn on and off with sunrise and sunset. You never have to think about it again. You just leave the switch on inside and it turns on at night, turns off during the day, and because it's connected to the internet, it knows when sunrise and sunset is, at what time of year it is. Really handy. Those automated light bulbs are only $20 a piece. Schedules. At a certain time, do this. Notifications. This allows you to set up the notifications for all users. For email notifications, app notifications, or text message notifications. Okay, so by default, unexpected activity is turned on for all people. Now, unexpected activity, say nobody ever comes in your house at 3 a.m. through the back door, and then someday somebody does, that's an unexpected activity. By default, it is only set to send off an email. It's not going to buzz your phone. It's not going to set off the alarm or anything like that. None of these notifications set off your alarm, except for the notification that you get when the alarm has been set off by something else, but I digress. Unexpected activity, generally, it's good to leave that on. You'll just get an email if something happened out of the ordinary. Alarm event. If the alarm has been activated, it's going to send an email, and you'll probably want to also turn on push notification to any of the apps that have been installed on any user's phone. Now, there is a slight weirdness or something to consider. For silent alarms, an audible alarm is somebody breaks into your house, the alarm is blaring 80 decibels. That's an audible alarm. Everybody wants to be notified when that happens. Right now, it is set up to send an email to the administrator and the administrator's app. A push device means that the app has been installed and notifications has been turned on their phone, and that'll just give you a message right through the app. So the message pops up, you can click on it, it opens up the app. Under Add Recipients, you can select any of the other phones for any of the other users in the house, or you can even select an SMS feature, which it'll send you a text message, which is great if you have employees or people in the house that you don't want them to install the app, but you do want them to get notified that something happened, or a neighbor, you want them to know that your house has been broken into or that your batteries are low. You can select an SMS feature. Now, if the phone, email, or SMS phone number that you're looking for is not in this recipients list, you can click on New and add email or SMS here. If you're looking for or the push notification through the Smart Home app, you have to open the app on that device, go into notifications, and turn on the switch for notifications. Now, for silent alarms, there is a special 4-digit duress code that you could set up. So, say somebody has a gun to your head telling you to disarm this alarm, type in your code. You could type in a special fake code that pretends to disarm the alarm, but it actually sends off a silent alarm to the monitoring station. Nobody will call you, the alarm does not beep, nothing happens, but the cops get sent. If you check this box for silent alarm, your phone is going to buzz, which could tip off the person with the gun. However, sometimes there's one person in the house that is more likely to be home alone, and another spouse that is more likely to be at work all night. You could notify the phone of the person that's at work all night while not notifying the person that's normally home alone. That's what this caution banner is about. So be careful using this silent checkbox. It may undo the whole purpose of a silent alarm. Further on here, disarmed by user, or on your screen it might say actions by user or key fob. That will notify you every time the system is armed and every time it is disarmed. However, you could set it up to only notify you when certain users use their codes, which is great for knowing when your kids came home, if they have their own 4-digit code and you have a door lock. I'll talk more about that later. But most people end up turning this off. System not armed by a certain time, it'll notify you if the system has not been armed by a certain time. Some people, if they're in the habit of setting their alarm, they turn this off, or if they just don't consistently arm their system, they turn that off. Doorbell call notification. Yeah, you want to be notified if somebody pushes the doorbell button. Now, just to make sure it was set up correctly, click on the edit. Go further in here, and you do want a checkbox beside button pushed. You don't want to be notified every time a leaf blows. Select the recipients that you want their phones to be notified, and click Save. Email isn't always necessary for a doorbell notification, but you can if you want. Door or window left open, you could hit resolve and set that up. Get notified if a front door has been left open for 15 minutes or X number of minutes. System actions to watch. This is a long list of important notifications, such as the panel is not communicating. Our newer panels have both cellular and Wi-Fi, so if both have failed for some reason, world's ending, zombie apocalypse, you're going to get a notification. Property loses power or the panel has been unplugged. Sensor has been bypassed. That will be discussed more on the panel video. One of the devices malfunctions. Somebody tries to tamper with one of your devices, or you're currently trying to change the batteries. Sensor triggers your thermostat to shut off. Please check that one. That way, if you burn your toast, it will notify you that your thermostat was shut off, so you're not wondering 6 hours later why your house is getting cold. A garage or door lock can't be secured. Say the door is halfway open and the deadlock just strikes the frame and errors out. You'll get a message. Battery is low on one of your sensors. That's a good one to have. One of your video cameras isn't responding because the Wi-Fi is down or the camera has been unplugged. You've reached 50, 90, or 100% of your 3,000 motion clips per month. You'll get those 3 warning emails. A lock keypad has been disabled after too many invalid codes. That's a good one to get notified of. And power is restored or your panel was plugged back in. Select your recipients and click Save. However, make sure it is also switched on with the switch. But for my demo board, I'm going to turn those back off so my manager doesn't get annoyed. Okay, other notifications. Go up here to Add New Notification. If you have a garage door controller, you'll definitely want to turn on one of these 2 options. Garage, get notified every time the garage door opens or closes, no matter how it was opened, like whether somebody hits the button on the wall or they do it on their cell phone, or they do it from the thing in their car. Or get notified if the garage has been left open for X number of minutes. So say it's been left open for 15 minutes, it buzzes your phone. If you're just washing your car and you know that it's open because you're working there, you can just ignore the notification and continue on. However, if you're halfway to work, you can just open up the TELUS app, click on your garage door controller, and close it from anywhere you have data connection. Or if you don't have your cell phone handy, any computer, log into alarm.com and you can close it from there as well. Now, there are all these other notifications that you could set up. Some of them are really neat. You might require another sensor. We can send them to you in the mail or send a technician to assist you if you require anything additional. Notifications. Manage Device tab up here at the top allows you to change the name of each of these devices so you can better tell them apart. It may help to edit the name one at a time as you install the app on each phone. Activity history over here on the left hand side is going to give you the full history of everything that has happened on the property. Now by default it is going to group several items into a single event right here. Hit this arrow, it's going to explain those 5 events or items as this one event. Anything related to a video, you can just jump right into the video from there. Don't have to go dig for it on another screen. Now if you don't like this grouped view, you can ungroup things so everything is its own item. You can collapse a day, the day before, download as a comma separated value file or as a PDF document. You can filter things out between certain days, certain users, certain devices. And that's about it for the History tab. Over here under User page, there's the User tab and Logins tab. So I'm going to delete the secondary user so we're back closer to normal. So users, a 4-digit user code is a code to disarm the security panel or unlock the door lock, a 4-digit code. Now this first user will be the admin user. That 4-digit code can do things that other users cannot on the panel. So if you have anybody living in your home that you don't trust 100%, it's usually a best idea to create a separate code for each person. However, some families have complete trust with everybody. Everybody uses the same 4-digit code. You come in here, edit, change your 4-digit code, and you're done. So you scroll down to the bottom. By default, the code is 1234. You're going to change it. If you have recently added a lock, your lock is going to be white. Click on the key, put a check mark beside all the locks that you want this code to work on. It will turn blue when all the available locks are selected. Change your code, click Save. There, now the administrator code has been set up. Now this blue icon here means that it is currently sending the code. It can take up to 5 minutes per code per lock. This gray check mark will go green after it has completed sending that code. Now, I do recommend normally to create a different code for each person. Not only does it allow you to have different access levels for each person, you can also see in the activity history, so-and-so unlocked the door at this time because they used their code. So-and-so you unlocked the door at this time because they used their code. So, to create another user, you can create up to 240 total users. We do businesses. You click on Add User. At a minimum, you do have to type in a first name, a last name, and then you click on the panel if you want them to be able to disarm the panel. And you click on the door locks that you want them to have access to. You do not have to select all the locks. So if you have an exterior heated garage with one of our automated door locks on it, our door locks do not like to freeze. So if it's a heated garage and you have a lock out there and you don't want the roommate to his code to work on that lock, don't select that lock. And then you're going to start typing in a code. As soon as I start typing in a code, some more options are going to pop up at the bottom. So if it's somebody that lives in the house full time, all times of the day, that's fine. But if you have a dog sitter, house cleaner, you can limit the time so their codes only work on the days they're in your house, but in the times that they're in their house, their code does not work outside of that time. Now, if this user wants to get any SMS text notifications or email notifications, you can add their text message number or their email address here. That will add them to the recipient list in the notification section. And click Save. Now you'll notice over here this red clock means that it only works during certain times, and right now is not that time. If we were inside that time, it would be a green clock. They are still sending. This one has finished sent. It's green. So up here at Actions, show emergency contacts. You can edit your emergency contacts and verbal passwords at any time without calling us. Adding a temporary user will allow you to add a 4-digit code that starts working on one date and time and is working on another date and time. Great for contractors if you're having your house remodeled or bathroom done or something fixed for a couple days. Okay, so that's it for 4-digit codes. Now a login up here. Logins allow users to log in through the app on their phone or the website itself here. So this top one would be the administrator. It cannot be deleted. I'm going to delete this temporary user. So we start off fresh again. So we're going to add a login. And we're going to type an email address in here. Blah, 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 dot, whatever. Make sure you use a real email address. And the login name is fine to leave as the same email address. Click Save. If it gives you a message saying that login name has already been used. Remove the at whatever.com. Try that, or just type something completely custom for them. But the email address will work just fine. Click save and it sends them an email. They get to pick their own password and pick their own recovery questions. On this page, you get to select what type of user they are. If it's a significant other or family member that you have 100% trust with, and or they are the techie person that's going to be managing the system most of the time, go master control or full control. You can read the difference between the two there, but you can do basically anything you can. For anybody that is not you or a significant other, somebody with 100% trust, go to custom. And you'll be able to carve out what they're allowed to see and what they're allowed to do. So say it's an older teenager or a roommate in the house that you have moderate trust with. Remotely arming and disarming the security system from their phone? Yes. The scene buttons, the home, away, stay, wake up buttons? Sure. User code management? Generally, no. That's adding codes, deleting codes, and seeing the other codes of the other users. So generally, you don't want to give that access. Notifications, if they want to get doorbell notifications or low battery notifications, anything like that, you are going to have to turn this on. However, if it's on read only, they can't change what notifications they're getting. You'll have to set that up for them through the notifications page. If you give them full control, they can actually edit what notifications they're getting on their own phone without interacting you. Activity. It is read only, it doesn't hurt, but you may not want your kid to know you came home at 3 a.m. last night through the garage door. View live and saved video. Same as the previous one. It doesn't hurt, but you might not want to share certain information. Manage saved video, that's deleting previous videos. You wouldn't want to give that to other people. Manage cameras, adding and removing cameras. No image sensors, non-applicable to TELUS at the moment, at least. View, nope, not that one. Lights and thermostats, there we go. Read only, they can see the temperature. Full control, they can change the temperature. Same thing with the lock. They can see it's locked or they can control it. Same thing with the garage door. So as you see here, you can carve out what they're allowed to see and what they're allowed to do. Click save. They finish answering their email, whether they did it before or after you did that page, we're good. Trash can deletes them. If you click on their login name, you can actually edit that page again to change their access level if you need to add or remove anything. We're done with users and logins. Settings. Under the settings page, login information, you can change the password of whoever's currently logged in. Account management, change the size of the home, number of people and animals in the home. Devices, if somebody loses a cell phone, can go to lost device. And you can force everybody's TELUS SmartHome app to log out of all logins. Or whoever's currently logged in here at the bottom, force every phone logged in with that email address to log out. Monitoring station, once again, that gets you into changing your verbal passwords and emergency contacts. And that pretty much concludes our demo of the Alarm.com user access portal for TELUS SmartHome Security. As I stated before, this has the most control over your system, and the customers that know this the best like their security system the best. And I personally find a lot of customers that had certain quirks and things that they weren't completely happy with their previous security provider. Most of their issues could have been resolved themselves through this website if they had known that it existed or had gotten to know it well. So that is the end of our information overload. The other two videos on the panel and cell phone are a lot shorter if you have not already watched those. Thank you very much.